He said he, got the letter, that they wanted to do that. And we are mobilizing the contract and plan to begin Sunday, September 5th after the pro shop closes, but we're open on Labor Day.
Yes,
Okay, so they can't start until
the 7th.
the 7th.
Yeah, their letter says the 7th, but that's it.
Okay, but the email that he sent me today, and I'll forward this to you, Tony.
Okay.
After the pro shop closes, I would like to coordinate with you and Jeff in this endeavor, as it is my intent to cause the least amount of business disruption to the pro shop and the golf operation. To that end, I'm available by phone or email and in person until September 6th. So I can call him tomorrow. I can call him tomorrow and tell him the 6th to the 9th is good. We'd like to do this over 24 months, no higher than $45,000.
7th through the 9th.
7th through the 9th.
Oh, 7th, I wrote, what did I say?
6th.
Oh, 7th to the 9th, I wrote the 7th, but so I can call him with that tomorrow?
If that's the board's direction, I think that the board, I think you can authorize the chair to sign any necessary agreement for that. Or letter.
We're going to make a motion for that?
Yeah.
I make a motion to whatever you're going to do.
Agreement for remedial action not to exceed $45,000 in line with the table that's in my letter of August 12, and asking for amortization of a period of 18 to 24 months as additional.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about saying.
That's exactly what was going to come out of your mouth, Bill. Thank you. Actually, I thought it was. You were just throwing your voice. I will give Andy a call tomorrow morning. And Tony and Chuck, I will email you the response, and then Chuck, you can send it off to the rest of the board, what we do. I agree with Jeff. I don't want to do this. I don't think we've been pushing this, so let's do it and get it done, and continue on with the purchase of the building. And Tony, can you contact I'll ask, when I talk to Tony, or to Andy tomorrow, I'll say that, in the letter, we asked your attorney about the non-disclosure agreement, and we've heard nothing. So the ball's kind of in your court. What are you going to do?
What I would suggest is that, this Tony calls that Tony.
No, go ahead.
Okay.
You call him on that one, and I'll talk to Andy
Or
about the
say, Andy, is okay if you mind if Tony,
Our Tony calls your Tony.
Yeah. Too many Andys or Tonys right now.
Yeah. Okay. I will do that in the morning.
I've been in an Italian
and we'll
wedding.
take care of it. Okay, so we have a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, I will call Andy in the morning. I will email Tony and Chuck, and then they will let you know what the decision is. Okay? All righty. That's it, okay. And then I think we've gone over the potential sale of the TAQ building. We just need to find out from their Tony what they're doing with the non-disclosure agreement.
In other words, have they talked about formulating some that could qualify as trade secrets?
Okay.
I was curious if we could do conversation in executive session.
Florida is very limited as to closed door sessions, security systems, litigation.
Because it just seems,
I'll tell you another quirk of Florida law I found out. If the city is buying property, if the county is buying property, if the state agency is buying property, the water management district is buying property, the appraisals are confidential to them. And not if the CDD is buying property.
Okay, let's get the water management company.
You gotta love it.
not that I want to not have discussion openly, but when we start talking about numbers, and it's like buying a house in front of the owner. All they got to do is watch our meetings, and they know, well, they're willing to go this high, or they're willing to do this. So if we could have an executive session to, again, I'm not saying talk about it and not give it to the people, but for talking about the financial matter and setting a price and setting a number, I get it.
I can tell you right now, the price has already been set on the street.
And if you recall, also, the district has a right of first refusal. So
Yeah.
there is a contract with the right of first refusal.
It's out there.
Oh, I know.
The negotiations.
Elizabeth?
not there with me, I just don't hear me. So have you ever considered the property as the CVS?
Yes.
Yes.
And what was the?
They won't want to sell it.
They don't want to sell, they want to lease. And it's
How
just,
long ago?
100 years.
100 years.
by the time we built something and did all the work, you're kind of at the same, we're in the same boat, really. We wouldn't own the
But I was
land.
thinking it's like, you know.
Oh, we looked at that probably about 10 years ago, 8 to 10 years ago, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the
And then you
bond.
followed up as well, didn't you? With,
I did. Yeah, nothing's changed at this point.
Yeah.
And I say that tongue in cheek, they have been evaluating perhaps laying that entire project out a little bit differently, and I guess possibly selling to an interested party. But as for Miramar doing business, they would just be looking at a lease.
Yeah. So really, it wouldn't get us
No, I'm
anywhere.
sorry, how long did you say the lease?
99 years.
99 years. It just seems like to buy this building, I mean, the roof's gonna have to be done, there's major.
Oh, that was just redone.
It's already been.
It was?
Yeah. When they redid Duffy's, they redid the roof.
Oh, I see that.
Yeah. But again, as we discussed in the meeting the other night, whoever is paying rent, part of their rent is going into reserves to repair and maintain all of that, just like with any rental property.
Like we're having to do right now with the AC.
Right.
I think you have to look at it as buying the property, not the building. Do we want to control that property as a community?
Right.
You know, again, the building is certainly not worth what they're going to ask.
No.
But that's a valuable piece of property. I mean, it's at one of the busiest intersections of Estero that's just getting ready to expand the road. So you're going to have more ability to flow people through. And we do know for a fact that at one time they were talking to Walgreens. That is
And there's a fear
probably
too,
5-6 years ago.
then,
At that property?
Yeah.
So where would that leave us with parking for the golf course?
none, see
have,
that's just it. If they sell that building to somebody else, the other person can say, we don't care, we don't even want you as a tenant, we're gonna go a whole nother direction, and where are we?
How is that even possible?
Because this,
Because US Homes sold it.
Because they own it.
There's absolutely no covenants on the books.
Nothing.
Restrictions. You could eliminate 100% of the parking.
Yep,
Yes,
correct.
you could.
and that's what put us in a position of, then you
And
basically.
they would have to get whatever clearance through the village. So, you know,
It'd be a long, arduous
I'm not trying to
process.
scare everybody, but the reality is,
It's worst case scenario. This should be worst case scenario.
yeah, that it could get sold and there could
But we
be,
own the car park, correct?
yes.
And if there's an easement for us to get the cars, I don't know what.
Well, we could use that, but where do you park your customers?
Right.
You know,
Plus the right of way to get into that area, we'd have to reroute the gate, front
For the
gate.
house, basically.
Well, yeah, there was a time when all this, we were really having a bad time with TAQ, and I said, why don't we build a second story to the cart barn? And we can make a pro shop. We found out the cart barn's really not, it's not sturdy enough to build a second. But the thing is, where do you park? So then what, do we get charged $10,000 a month to park cars?
That's.
You know, so not owning the parking lot and the building kills us.
kills the course.
8 feet hole of park to build it there.
We looked at that.
Where?
Did,
I know.
Make the
But we
18 hole
make
part
it
two.
18 up
We-
par
we-
4.
We looked at making 18 a par 4 and building a building and parking, but then you get into a situation with the guardhouse would have to be moved because of traffic
Right.
laws of pulling in and have it turn a left. There's got to be so much space, and it's just.
But it's possible that we may not have a choice but to do that. If somebody buys the property, we have to go to
Evicts us.
Plan B.
You can buy it out front, you can't put a pro shop out in
I think as an
the
owner,
land that's up for sale.
you would have to send people in, make them bust a U-turn at the four-way, come back down to get into the
Yeah.
areas where we'd be able to park them and service them.
Right.
Even the Miramar plan was far-fetched from an operational standpoint.
Right.
If you think about it, if we bought that, built a clubhouse, parking lot over there, you still have your car barn over here, you gotta cross those roads, you know, with residents coming in and out.
It's crazy now with just the carts
Yeah.
going back and forth. So-
really, the best viable at that point for the golf course is it have to be bundled. And if people are upset about a $500 assessment, wait till it's $7,000 a year.
Listen, I'm gonna say that, I've been
Oh,
saying that for
John,
years.
excuse me.
You want to know how many acres that is?
Oh, I have no idea.
That property? Because the one in the corner is pending sale, and and it's 12 acres, and it's 300, it's 326.
We used to own it.
Huh?
We used to
No,
own
we
it.
don't.
No, we did
No?
not. No, we did not. We did not own that property out there.
Because that was.
Out front on the corner out back?
No.
Because this
CDD
one
has
is
never owned that property.
Independent, this corner lot, what is
It's the
Okay,
back
but
half of the
That's
road.
still the logistics
road.
of that.
But that's 12
Not the front.
acres.
Not the front.
That was,
Yeah, I have,
sorry, but
You're asking how big is the parking lot and the building on the parking lot? How many acres is that?
Yeah.
How much acreage is?
Probably 3 or 4, when you say?
It's about 3, probably.
Probably 3 acres.
probably about 3 acres.
Yeah, but it's already been in process to be a gas station, right?
You're talking
No,
different.
we're talking where where Duffy's is
Actual
now.
club.
That's like that's about 3 acres.
Oh, I thought you were talking about that.
Yes, okay, so,
Conversations like this is going to make the price go up. So
that's my
Which is
point.
why,
justification, you don't get into until we get a firm.
which is why we try to keep it on the down low.
What the hell do we do if it's sold somewhere else? We not going to plan for anything? We're going to make a pig farm or something? What's going to happen to that?
Cross that bridge when you get to it, I guess.
okay,
I mean,
okay. All right, let's,
What's our current lease?
okay,
What's our current lease?
we're paying what, about $12,000 a month,
No, I'm
Jeff?
asking what
we
our
have-
length is.
And it was 10 years, probably about 7 left.
We have 7 left.
So we got some time. We still have a lease for 7 more years.
Right.
On the pro shop.
Duffy's is 7 more years?
Yes.
Duffy's wasn't
Yes.
it?
The last time we aligned them up, I believe.
Okay,
Concur.
one at a time, please. The leases are both, we aligned them, so they're both 7 years, and then we both have 5-year renewal. So, yeah, so we have 7 more years.
Renewal, right, too, we can extend the 7 years?
I believe so, yes. Okay, so, again, we are looking at doing this, and Tony will, okay, one at a time, please. So we,
I'll call Mr. Gargano after you tell him that I'm trying.
okay, I will, and I will get in touch with you in the morning with regard to that. So, again, we just have to work on that, and take it from there. Anything else with the building? Okay, let's go on to the financials.
Can I say one thing?
Yes,
Well, I was going to ask
okay.
something.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay, and I don't want to prolong it, I know everybody's been here a long time. I didn't know that one lot, and just in passing.
Santos.
Not the world's greatest idea or anything, it was just an idea, was one way to camouflage, for lack of a better word.
Excuse me, Santos? Santo. Thank you. I'm sorry.
No, don't be, it's fine, it's just for, to sort of camouflage, because right now, any amount we bring up, if we say 5 million, suddenly it's in the books, TOQ says 5,000,005. Or you say 6, they say 7, whatever it is. If we could perhaps the NDA with the corner parcel that just got turned down for rezoning, just simply to have the conversation of, it's on the market now.
That was what I was suggesting.
Yeah, that provides cover in some way. We could say, we're looking for, maybe we're looking at 14 million to purchase, including landscaping and everything else, but that way it's not as transparent that if we look and say, we're discussing a $6 million bond around the water cooler, and everybody hears, PAQ goes, that's it, 6 million, that's our number, I'm glad we heard it.
Yeah.
It gives us a little cover just for the sake of,
Right.
coverage for really, because the NDA obviously is going to be very difficult under the best of circumstances.
Yes.
If that happened, how would you bypass the school to get into?
That's another whole ball of wax. We're not even going there right now.
This is purely just an obfuscation.
Okay.
strategy.
All I was talking about was that, I found out that's for sale, how much it's for sale.
Yes.
Maybe a little negotiating room because we know that that is there. And it says it's pending, and I wonder if the 24 hours is going to unend it.
I think it was pending based on,
It was turned down, okay.
And that was.
okay, ladies, one at a time.
Yeah.
It was pending based on the approval of that.
And it was on the market for 3 years.
Yeah, so,
So that was my questions over there, and it might be a long-term idea, but that way we control the entrance and exit to everything of the property.
right.
I don't think it's a bad idea by any means, because it'll also help our quality of life that you can't get in the back road twice a day, 200 days a year.
Well, you'd still have the school, so that's another.
Right, but you had a parking area you could fix in the school, as was brought up in the zoning, that would alleviate that, would help the quality of life for the whole development. I'm just saying, I think
Okay.
it's worth addressing.
I was just thinking any leverage we have to go.
Yes.
So the 24-hour got shut down?
That got passed, yeah, the village voted it down.
Oh,
Yes.
I didn't know that either. I thought-
Yeah, the village voted it down, and he didn't contest it.
Yeah, the zoning.
The zoning.
City has, but yeah, they're not going to contest.
I have some
It
questions.
was either or.
Okay.
They either
I
passed
have
it
one more
or
question.
they didn't.
Because you're a government entity,
Okay.
are you subject to property tax just the same as everybody else, or is there any advantage in you being a government entity of property tax and property?
The CDD?
It's exempt from ad valorem taxes.
What'd you say?
The
It's,
CDD property is exempt from ad valorem taxes.
I thought it must be.
okay. All right, can we look at the financials? Okay. The cash balance as of last Friday, we're in good shape year over year. So we're doing fine with that. Jeff, the pro shop, is doing well with that. We'll be over budget this month. Thank you. The tax bill, okay, so with the assessment, the residents just have 4 more payments to their portion of the bond, which will be nice. Will be done in May of '23. Chuck, and I was looking at this, the irrigation fund, remember we had the less allowance for the doubtful accounts at 14,000? Were we going to get rid of that this year, or were we just still going to leave that there?
Probably ask you to take an action to write it off.
Okay.
I'll put that on the agenda for the next meeting.
Okay.
That's an official action on it.
Because it's been that way.
And that'll be good because that, next month ends our year, so we'll have that written off prior to the audit.
Yeah, we have to, right? That's what you want?
I'm sorry?
Oh, we have to. I think, didn't you say we had to have that off?
Well,
by
that's the less the doubtful accounts. The due from the golf course is $130,000, and we have really until
October, I thought.
October, because we had that just for
Kind of
a
like
year.
next month, we need to transfer those dollars over,
Yeah,
close it out, and if y'all need to borrow again, then you can borrow again as we go into the new year.
okay, so we'll,
That was your auditor's recommendation.
right, and we can do that because we do have that, so we can write it off and then borrow it back if we need to.
Why don't we
Okay.
just do the doubtful accounts now?
Well, he's going to for the next
If you
meeting.
want to,
Get it done.
I'm fine with that as well.
Okay. All right, Phil, you can do the motion.
This one's easy. I'll make a motion to get rid of the doubtful accounts balance of $14,704.
Right off the doubtfuls in the irrigation fund.
Pretty good, huh?
That's
Very
great.
good.
I'm learning.
You're doing good. Can I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, so we'll write that off. And then, Chuck, for the due from the golf course, Jeff, are we okay with just transferring that?
You just send an email.
Okay, we'll just transfer that, pay that off, and then we'll borrow it back,
57.
whatever we need, the 130?
130,000?
Yeah. Did we have, we'll borrow it back.
Yeah, okay.
Half of it.
Yeah, we were at 399.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
let's get that cleared up, and then we can, you saw my last report that I sent out.
Yeah, I mean, we could see, maybe we can make it. We don't have
I'd
to
like
borrow
to try to
back.
make it without borrowing any more, but right now, let's get those two things cleaned up.
Safety net's always there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
it's fine.
All right, so,
Well, we also have to think if they come back and don't give us terms on that AC.
right,
That's what I was thinking.
right. Well, then we'll, at least with the audit, this will be cleaned up,
You got it.
and then we can take it back.
Done.
It's about, what, $4,000 a month?
So I just send Pender an email, so go ahead and,
Yeah, send him an email, copy Eileen and myself.
okay.
Okay, and then you'll take care of the 14.
I'm taking care of the 14, I'm going to send Pender another email.
Okay, very good. We're doing well here. With the irrigation fund, it looks like the water was higher. You used a lot more water?
Oh, no.
No?
I was,
No, in the irrigation fund?
yeah, I mean, I can't speak of total usage. I mean, that's
Okay.
between all the homeowners, but it
But
doesn't
we're
look like, when you look at all the homeowners that, aren't even running any water right now.
Okay.
And I know us, we were $5,000 under budget,
Okay.
more than half our, for the past month.
Okay. And then, any other questions with the irrigation fund? I think we're fine. Let's go. I did have, on the golf course fund, Jeff, did you talk to Lucy about the health insurance that she's got in the concessions?
The email went out right before it came to the meeting.
Okay. They've been putting all the health benefits in the concession. Bless you. Bless you.
Thank you.
And nobody there has any health benefits, so.
It needs to be split four ways.
Okay. I didn't have any other questions on that. Does any other board member have any questions on the golf course, Pro Shop and Golf Course?
What's the 3340 due from general fund?
That's the payroll for Common Grounds.
Right, and that's what we were using to
Pay off the irrigation fund.
the irrigation fund. So do you want to just move that over? And
Yeah,
talk about-
we'll look
You
at
know
it
what
in the next month, we'll look at it.
Okay, you'll make that work. I didn't have any other questions with, John, you're good with all your equipment and your leases and everything is fine?
Yeah, everything's, that's fine. Tony gave me the opinion of council for the Common Grounds lease. Had you re-signed some stuff? I think you already signed it, but
I
just to
signed
go
it.
ahead and sign it again, and I'm gonna send that in, and, yeah, no issues. Even though we're under budget, last month and this month has been hard on equipment, really hard. Starting from, we had to rebuild some rollers on the rough units. That was like $4,000. We had some issues with one of the rollers. That was another $1,000. Some sprayer issues on like 2 sprayers, which was, one was like $3,000, another was like $1,500. I just had to put new tires on the Dodge today. That was $1,300. Jesus. Yeah. And that was only $100 more than 2 years ago, so.
The truck's not worth it.
Actually, it rides good now. You got some new rubbers on it. Yeah, so, I mean, it was about August. I don't know what it is in my career, but August always seems to be a bad month when it comes to
So
money.
they know it's coming to the end of budget, so they're going to.
I don't know why, even me personally, financially, it seems to be a weird month. I try to lay low, and it doesn't seem to matter. And it's held true this month for me personally, too, so. But yeah, everything else is good. I mean, everything's fine. I don't understand this, what you were just talking, why is that influence so high?
I don't know, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, I know that doesn't make sense. I mean, that's for the
It's at 200%.
for the common grounds, for the CDD, but that's,
I mean,
it's
the budget,
ungodly
the
high.
budget's 60, and it's already 125.
and if I'm under budget by $35,000 on the golf course, and I'm the main user of the water,
Gotta be a leak.
That influence been high this whole, I mean,
Yeah.
so something,
year.
yeah, I need to go back to
I think we're getting charged more for it.
no, because Chuck would know that.
Chuck said that once, because I asked about it within, I don't know.
Oh, but that much
few
more? I
months.
mean, that's like 3
That's,
times.
yeah.
That does seem a little
It's
crazy.
double.
We budgeted 60, and we're already at 125, and this is July, so we
Halfway
still
through
have
the year.
August and September.
Yeah, let me take a look at that.
Because that really looks way out of whack.
It's been high for a long
It
time.
has been high, but this just really jumped
Yeah.
out at me this time that, wow, you know, double what our budget is, and we still have 2 months to go. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it was comparable to last month, or, I'm sorry, August, June, July. So July's,
And
July was 14,000, just over, and it's just under 14,000 for this month. so.
Yeah. And, you know, I know it's been dry. I'm looking at, you know, we had
No,
less,
we've been wet.
but we've had less rain this year than we had last year, but it's been really wet now.
So with the first week of August, we had 6 inches in like 5 days.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
So I don't know why, so, you know, we'll see what,
I mean, we did have a couple of leaks, but I don't think they would be that significant. Let me go back to year-to-date and just kind of scale this back and see when
Okay.
it started.
If you can
But we did have 2 leaks, both on Knighton, but you guys would have been eating one of them because it was going through the meter, so that wouldn't have affected us. in this here, and the other one would have been on us, it wasn't going through the meter. But it wasn't that bad.
I mean, it wasn't months on end that it was.
It might have been, but the leak wasn't that bad to cause that kind of, the spike.
Okay. Well, if you can look back on your year-to-date,
Yeah.
check that and see where we are with that, because that just seems outrageously high, especially with 2 months left to go.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Question, because I don't quite understand this. We get a postcard from the CDD about we owe so much. Is that for water that we use?
That's the water you use for your irrigation on your property.
Okay, is there a meter somewhere where they?
Yes,
Oh, yeah,
ma'am.
it's
In
out
your
front.
yard, there's a meter that we read every month.
Oh, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So you lift up that little thing and lift the meter?
Every month, yes, ma'am.
Crosby does that for every
Yeah.
house.
Never understood about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, we just decided to charge you. Just
And
saying.
you're, just so you know, so you're allocated based on your lot size, and it's pretty much the same for most people, a certain amount of water every month. If you exceed that amount, your building goes from one rate to another rate. And there's a window there. If you go exceed that, then it jumps up again, and these rates are not proportionate. You're gonna go from, let's say, 10 cents a gallon, just for, to 30 cents a gallon to $1.50 a gallon, So, kind of like any other electric bill, water bill. The more you use, the more you're gonna pay.
Okay.
But Crosby goes around the beginning of every month, and
Yeah.
you'll see her on her card, checking it all out. Okay, anything else with the financials? Jeff, your concessions have done really well this year.
Yeah, we're having a good year.
I'm liking it. So, okay, can I have a motion to accept the financials?
Make that motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay, we'll go through the minutes. Chuck, I didn't remember the name of the woman that was here with the, or the gentleman that was here with the engineering.
No, I don't either.
Okay,
Brent was here. Oh, Brent Burford, yeah. And
Okay.
Leah Holmes.
yeah.
I
Okay,
wouldn't have remembered her name, but I do know him.
okay.
I'm gonna call her BB next time I see her.
Kohler Beebe, yes, so that was there. That was my only change on the first page. Page 2. I have nothing. Okay, on page 3, line 98, it says resodding the greens and various putting greens. I think we were resodding the green and various other greens.
Yeah.
Resodding greens and the putting green,
Right.
Which is gonna take place during the closure. Sorry, I didn't mention that.
the various, I don't know.
Various greens,
There's only
because we're
one
not,
Yeah, we'll substitute the for various.
right,
How's that?
okay. And the new drainage, on line 101, the new drainage system was at holes 12 and 13, putting green. Oh, and the one on 10 was working well? Is that what we were saying, John?
Yeah, I don't know that about 10 though.
Okay, so should we just take that out?
Yeah, just take scratch that.
Okay, I can.
I didn't mention anything like that about 10.
And just looking at this, you said you had about 8 holes left?
About 8 total holes, yeah, combined
Okay.
to finish.
Have you done any work with them?
Not yet, no.
Okay,
We'll probably, we're gonna do some more of that during the closure.
okay.
Todd's mother's not doing well. He had to fly up to Wyoming. She's out of the hospital now. He called me today. I don't know if she's gonna be in hospice or what. I'm not prying too much. I'm just gonna let him come back and tell me,
Okay.
what's going on with that. But, so yeah, once he gets back, him, Brian and myself will get back onto it.
Okay.
With the high water level, there's not much we can do. There might be 1 or 2 that we even have access to do right now.
Okay.
And we gotta let the water level
Right, let the water go down.
go down.
Okay. On page 4, Jeff, you're working with, on page line 121, you're still working with Lucy. And And then on page 123, we're going to be, we're storing the tent until sometime in October, not August, weather permitting. And on line 199, it's Lloyd Sebi. You can put his last name in there. I did not have any other changes, unless someone else does.
Madam Chairman?
Yes.
On line 178 on page 6, the committee group was asked to discuss the suggestion of raising the...
Oh, yes. And I did.
Rise the right term, John?
Right, yeah, about putting a riser, a cover on it.
Oh, right.
And the answer to that was no, because of the access requirement
So
to it.
raising the riser?
Oh, well, no, we were gonna just cover it to protect it. We just talked about putting in some kind of
But
cover.
that's called a riser.
No, the
Just
a riser would be just to extend the access point up, higher up. This was just, we had talked about maybe covering it
Right.
to protect it from the sand coming in instead of building if you want, it's not a riser, but the retaining wall.
Okay,
Okay, thank you.
Retaining wall.
okay. And we can't put a cover on
He
it?
said no because of the access issue. You got to be able to get there, and they have requirements about opening in it and stuff like that. So it seems like the wall or the retaining wall is going to be the only,
So that's where it is, and we haven't heard any more.
and I haven't heard anything from
Okay,
that.
all right. Any other changes on here? May I have a motion to accept the minutes as amended? You can do that.
I'll motion to accept the minutes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, accepted. Okay. Tony, do you have anything more for us?
Nothing further, we've covered it all.
I think you got all your stuff, very good. Johnson Engineering is not here, but Chuck, they're working on our street survey?
Hopefully have that for you at your September meeting.
Okay, very good. Chuck, do you have anything for us? Okay. Supervisors, Phil Simonson, do you have anything?
I'd like to put on the agenda next month, to talk about the landscape common area maintenance.
Okay,
That's all I have.
okay. September, okay. Bill?
Nope.
Okay. Office? I just have one other question that was brought up at the meeting the other night. The walking paths, they are HOA or CDD?
Under the facilities maintenance agreement, they're HOAs.
They're HOA.
You own them, they go with the roads,
Right.
but the maintenance agreement
The maintenance-
decides.
okay.
Day-to-day maintenance, capital replacement.
Okay. So, but in doing the landscaping, if we disrupt them, then we will fix them?
Yeah.
Okay. I think they were asking if, in doing the landscape maintenance, we would redo all of them. That's not really well, if we take enough trees and we disrupt it, then we would replace that part of it and fix that. That would be
That's
part of
how I would envision it.
Okay. Anybody have anything else?
I got a question, Bill, what's going on with the fountain?
Should have been at the meeting the other...
All this Florida Power and Light can't get their act together. I'm up to the regional supervisor trying to figure out when the new meter is coming in. That was supposed to be put in July 23rd, and when we talked with her Monday, she thought it was done, trying to figure out what happened. Hasn't been stormy, so I don't know what their problem is, but Midwest Electric is what was fixing that, so we need to do meters. We came out, took the one off, we'll put it back in, and nobody knows what happened. Nobody got tickets, citizen research. We're still waiting to hear, I asked Candy tonight, and can't heard back.
Is that affecting the lights in the trees too?
Yes.
Probably, yeah, John was firing out there. But we thought they were here the other day because part of our life was out there, I think Friday. I don't know what they were working on. The road.
Yeah, I don't know exactly. I thought Alex said somebody might have hit something originally or something.
I don't know, we're having all kinds of electrical problems up there right now.
Yeah.
Surprise,
Do
surprise.
the holiday lights, they don't stay on either.
But now some of the rocks seem to be coming down
I
too.
know, after you mentioned that, Eileen, I looked today, I'm going to talk to Elizabeth tonight about that.
Okay, because that was the other part of it that I thought, it looks like
Yeah.
it's starting to fall down.
I don't think the water's holding them up, but.
No, I don't think so either. Okay. Anything else? Can I have a motion to close?
I make a motion to adjourn.
I already made it.
You can second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, I'll see you in September. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. See you in September. You don't want